Board of Commissioners. Today is Thursday, August 13th, 2020. Time is 7 o'clock. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Could you call the roll, please?
President Riley?
Here.
Vice President King?
Here.
Commissioner Carlson?
Here.
Commissioner Egan? Absent. Commissioner Gander?
Here.
Commissioner Broom?
Here.
Commissioner Todd?
Here.
Next on the agenda is matters from the public. Bridget, do we have anyone signed up to speak?
We do not.
Okay, then we'll go right into updates and reports. Riverwalk Commission, Commissioner McBroom.
Nothing new from last month. I just wanted to announce the next Riverwalk Commission meeting is September 9th, 7:30 a.m., and we're still doing them on Zoom.
Thank you. Parks Foundation, Commissioner James.
Thank you. I spoke with the president of the Parks Foundation today, and he indicated that a date had not yet been set for the next meeting. Thank you.
Next, Finance Committee, Vice President Kane.
The Finance Committee meeting is set for tomorrow, August 14th at 9 a.m. Administration Building, located at 320 West Jackson.
Next, Legislative Commission.
No report.
Thank you. Okay, Parks and Recreation, Commissioner Jim.
Thank you, President Riley. The Parks and Recreation Committee met on Friday, July 17th at 10:30 a.m. in the admin building at 320 West Jackson. The committee discussed summer programs and plans for the fall, including concerts in your park, children's lunch hour entertainment, and night at the movies. Virtual programming continues to be popular and successful, with 1,100 participants registered as of that July 17th committee meeting. As for the Fort Hill Activity Center in March, as we entered the pandemic, we had 3,800 paid fitness memberships, and of those, 1,230, so about 32% from March, chose to freeze their membership, and 533, which is about 14%, canceled. Since reopening on June 22nd, however, 142 new members have joined, and we plan to re-engage as conditions improve. Fort Hill is averaging, this is again as of the time of that meeting on the 17th of July, averaging 30% daily visits compared to the previous year, and has experienced no capacity or cleaning issues. The committee also discussed fall program development, with the program guide digital only being prepared for release here in the month of August. Offerings will be outdoor focused with smaller classes and staggered start times. Staff was meeting with District 203 as well as Champions and the YMCA to discuss options to provide childcare for e-learning students with working parents. We're looking at transitioning this building here, the RCC, this fall from senior drop-in programming to student child care and e-learning support, and also utilizing the 95th Street facility and possibly space at Fort Hill for the same purpose. The committee discussed the Knock Park Improvements Project, including the construction of a synthetic turf field and pickleball courts, and Director Schutz reported that the project is going well and is under budget. Director Finnegan reported that staff has been busy at the 95th Street Community Plaza, which requires now cleaning of the splash pad every morning with an electrostatic sprayer. Field rentals are up, and with the larger number of patrons in the park, a lot of activity for the park staff. Director Luthman reported that although sponsorship started positive in 2020, January through March revenues totaled $183,000. Second quarter revenue decreased substantially for obvious reasons and is down by 71%, mainly due to event cancellations, but the department is being creative about different types of sponsorships moving forward. And finally, Director Stanish provided a financial overview, including information regarding the 2021 budget, which is being prepared earlier this year. The mid-year review will be held at our next meeting, which is the second meeting in August. Thank you.
Next is the Board President report. And I just want to take this opportunity to commend the entire staff of the district for being so alert, responsive, and nimble in dealing with the constantly changing guidelines driven by new executive orders coming out of Springfield. For the first 10 years I served on the board, I observed that change came about at a measured pace. Except for the sudden demand for pickleball that occurred a few years ago, long-term planning was a stable strategy. That changed dramatically in mid-March. Near-term planning and programming became more like a series of fire drills, as the uncertainty of what will happen next was always unclear. All through this pandemic, staff has stayed focused on providing the best offerings possible in a safe and clean environment. And on behalf of the board, I'd like to thank you for your professionalism. Next, we have our executive director's report.
I've never been called nimble before.
I wasn't referring to you as nimble.
Part of staff. Okay, so the Park District's midday spray featuring sprinkler fun on River Hill will continue through August and into early September, each weekday from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m., weather and conditions permitting. Bring a picnic lunch and enjoy time outdoors while the weather is still warm. Thanks to the generosity of several community sponsors, midday spray is free to attend. Late summer is typically when the Park District hosts its annual capital projects open house. However, due to COVID concerns, we've taken our open house review and feedback process online. Residents are invited to view the Park District's capital projects proposed for 2021. Project maps and descriptions are posted at www.napervilleparks.org. Comments and questions can be emailed to each project manager listed for each project by the feedback deadline set for noon on August 25th. Although we weren't able to host our annual Frontier Kite Fly Festival earlier this summer, we will be holding a smaller kite fly event on Sunday, August 30th from 1 to 4 p.m. at Frontier Sports Complex. The event presented by the branch will feature colorful, gigantic kites flown by experts from Chicago Kite. Attendees will bring their own kite to fly or purchase one on site. This is also a free event that's open to the public. Our celebration of summer continues with events throughout the remainder of August. This includes 2 more concerts in your park events on Sunday, August 16th and Sunday, August 23rd, and a Night of the Movies showing Wonder on Friday, August 21st at 8 p.m. on River Hill. Bring a blanket or folding chairs and enjoy some free, family-friendly entertainment outdoors. And finally, the Autumn 2020 program guide is set to be released in digital form only on Friday, August 28th. Program registration will begin for residents on Monday, August 31st, and for non-residents on Thursday, September 3rd. Also, be sure to watch our website and your email box for more information coming very soon regarding a variety of fall sports, including baseball, soccer, and flag football, in addition to our own e-learning experience for kids in grades ages kindergarten through 5th grade to kick off the school year. And for additional information on these and many more Park District programs and events, please visit our website, which is again www.napervilleparks.org. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on our agenda is the consent agenda. The Executive Director warrants that all consent agenda items, reports, and memoranda comply with the board policy. Bridget, would you please read the items on the consent agenda?
Item 4.1, approve July 2020 disbursements in the amount of $3,182,001.21. 4.2, approve July 2020 customer refunds in the amount of $18,508.15. 4.3, approve July 2020 regular meeting minutes. 4.4, approve July 27, 2020 special meeting minutes. 4.5, approve Wolves Crossing Community Park Development Contract Extension of Time. And 4.6, approve ordinance 981, declaring certain Park District property as surplus and authorizing sale or disposal.
Are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda?
Move to accept consent agenda items 4.1 through 4.6.
Second.
Motion in 2 seconds.
That's 4.
Any discussion? Bridget, call the roll, please.
Vice President King,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner McBroom,
Yes.
President Harley.
Yes.
Move to approve consent agenda items 4.1 through 4.6.
Second.
We have motion and second. Any discussion? This is voice vote. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. We have no unfinished business. Next regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners is...
Oh, wait, unfinished.
We got caught in the...
Security.
I'm so excited about this.
Sorry.
Trying to break the record. Well, it ain't gonna happen.
That would have
Nice try.
crushed the record.
I'm not so nimble.
There's no candlestick.
So, 211A and 211B, debt securities refunding update.
Yes, thank you. So the good news, we have a little bit of good news through all this, is, as everyone probably knows, interest rates, at least for borrowing, are continuing to decrease. And for us, that's across the whole curve, so short-term, long-term. So we've been keeping an eye on what's going on. So obviously, nothing's happening tonight. But if you recall, when Eric first presented this a while ago, it's probably a month ago, we were looking at savings of around $230,000. Current estimates now are $350,000 and above. So we're moving in the right direction as far as the refunding goes, which is great news. So what we're doing right now is we're continuing to evaluate two different options, either doing a private placement or a public sale. Originally, we had talked about potentially doing a forward contract and privately placing, and now that is off the table because there's a premium built in there that we don't need to do that. So, Eric is out there, he's getting bids, indicative bids. We have not put anything out yet for sale, but we're monitoring that. So currently, we're close. A private placement is very close to what a public sale would be as far as savings. I think we're estimating around $50,000 apart, meaning if we did a public sale, could potentially at this point come in $50,000 in additional savings versus a private placement. Remember, when we do a public sale, we're going to be going out, doing a bond rating. There's more work involved. So we're hoping to get that number really close, because if we can privately place it, we can do it sooner. That would happen early September, and we would lock that in right away. However, if there is still a difference, what we would like to do is be able to continue to explore that. And at the appropriate time, unless the board has an issue, we would decide which way to go and then bring you a bond ordinance based on the best action to take at that time. That would be something Eric and I would be doing. And then the plan actually would be at the 27th board meeting, we'd be bringing a parameters ordinance to you, which we still have the ability at that time to evaluate whether we go a private placement or we do a public sale. But that parameters ordinance will set a cap, set guidelines of when we do issue, and then we could still evaluate from there actually when we go ahead and do the sale date. So if we privately place, we'd be looking to probably get bids around early September in the first week, and it would close, mid-October. Public offering will take more time because obviously we need to schedule the bond rating and we have to issue an official statement. So there's a little bit more entailed. So that we would be doing a public offering probably third week of September, and settling in mid-October. So with that, we'll move forward and keep monitoring unless any of you have any issue with us deciding which way to go.
Sounds good.
Just Bridget, when you send out the packet for that week with the information in your cover email, would you just highlight the fact that information is in there, just to remind everybody that it's pretty important?
Right, and the parameters ordinance, I know I've talked about it before. Is everyone clear what the parameters ordinance will do? It sets parameters, and then typically it's been the board president, myself, and Eric Anderson, who will then make the decision of, yes, these are good bids, whether it's private or public, and we're going to go for it. And the sale happens, and then we bring the results back to the board at the following meeting. Okay?
Questions?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Now we'll move on to the next scheduled meeting. Now, Staples on it. The next regular meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners will be August 27th, 2020, 6:30 p.m. at Fort Hill Activity Center Multi-Purpose Room. Next item is adjournment.
Move to adjourn the August 13th, 2020 regular meeting.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you all.